Expo 2020 Dubai is about bringing ambitious minds together to find solutions to some of the world's most pressing challenges. Much of that comes to life at a site called Expo Live. This pavilion was inspired by a promise by the UAE when bidding to host their global event that it would be inclusive and host ideas from around the world, and not only from traditional hubs of innovation. But what has happened at that building? Well, Ayanda Nyathi, an ambitious mind, is standing by to give us more. Ayanda, hello to you. It's over to you.
Yeah, you give me way more credit than I deserve, but I'll take it, even if I'm in Dubai. Thanks very much indeed. You're absolutely right. A lot of what Expo 2020 Dubai is about is showcasing some of the most ambitious minds they are through the innovation that they've been able to put together. And if you like, this is kind of a concentrated hub where you're able to see some of what, is conceptualized quite literally all over the world. And an individual who's been part of conceptualizing this particular site is Yasmin Baker. She is the grant manager here at Expo Live. And what a pleasure it is to be speaking to you, Yasmin. Thank you so much for making time for Newzroom Afrika in Dubai. First things first, a whole lot of people are here. How do you decide which innovators make it into the site that we're standing in?
First of all, thank you very much for having me. I'm very happy to present some of the projects, some of the many projects we've been able to support over the years. It's a great question. In this pavilion, The Good Place, we only have 36 projects that Expo Live as a program as a whole has supported. So we've supported 140 projects from over 75 countries around the world. And essentially we wanted to give the visitor or anyone who passes through our walls a glimpse of some of the great work that they've been able to do, some of the lives that they've been able to impact on the ground. So we looked at encompassing a wide range of geographic regions, as well as the nature of the projects themselves, the types of solutions. Some are technological, some are not. Some are at different stages of maturity in their project cycle. So diversity was the name of the game, I think.
Nice. And I guess there should be no surprises that South Africa is included among those innovators. Can you tell us a bit more about the project that the South African team, for lack of a better term, has brought to The Good Place?
Of course. Our project from South Africa is called Munch Bowls. It's led by a remarkable individual called Georgina, and she was actually part of our first cohort that we onboarded and supported as Expo 2020. And the project is essentially about creating an edible, nutritious bowl. So a bowl for eating. And she just whipped up this recipe in her own kitchen because she wanted to positively impact people and the environment at the same time. So using this bowl, which can hold hot and cold food and can last many, many months, she's able to deter people from using detergents which would otherwise flow into our water systems, and at the same time reduce using plastic, single-use plastic, and at the same time provide something nutritious for people.
Nice. It's almost like eating your cone after having ice cream, right?
Exactly.
You don't have to throw anything away.
Exactly, but you can have it with much more than ice cream, and I guarantee our team has been snacking on the Munch Bowls quite a lot over the years.
I don't blame them, given the kind of food we like to have in South Africa. But very well, I also know there's a grant that's involved, at least for some of the people who come here. Help us place, that kind of element, because I imagine, yes, it must be money that's welcomed, and you need to think quite wisely about who gets it and how much.
Yes, so the pavilion is based on a program called Expo Live that is essentially a grant program. It was launched way back before the event kicked off back in 2017. It was a message from Dubai and from the UAE to the rest of the world that we are going to support social enterprises or environmental projects around the world that are doing something that is at their core good and that is potentially scalable. So the starting point of the grant was $100,000 US, of which we don't take any equity. It's not a loan. We simply provide this and then walk alongside the project team to develop their project, and the essential goal being to change as many lives for the better as possible, or to change the status of the environment as much as we can.
Anybody listening in closely on our conversation would be forgiven for thinking we're in a school playground somewhere. There's kids laughing, a bell just went off. What's that about?
So great question. We actually have a lot of sounds and interactive experiences here. What you're hearing is a project that is behind me. It's called Kidogo. It's a project based in Kenya. And what it is it's a franchise model for daycare centers in Kenya, and mostly in rural settings. So it allows kids to have a standardized, improved early start to education, but at the same time, it allows their mothers, who they call mamapreneurs, to go out and pursue career paths that they otherwise might have not had the opportunity to do because they may have been stuck at home.
Right. Oh, what a beautiful project you've got going on here. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Of course, my
really
pleasure.
do appreciate it. Yasmin Baker is the grant manager with Expo Live. We're inside the Good Place. It's one of the many pavilions that are located here at the Opportunity District, as we continue, with pleasure, of course, bringing you the latest here from Expo 2020 Dubai.
Always looking forward to it. Ayanda Nyathi, sir, thank you very much for that update.